Welcome back to your doom, to your love of all joys. Mark them fading, mourn them passing. Thank you, Ace, who sees the red rose at day, blushing red at night to watch the wind and wanton wind with noise. There goes the wheel. There goes the wheel, stewing with pale pink gems, scattering petals from their perfect poise. Shut up, wheel. Stop it, wheel. Stop it, wheel. All right, congratulations, wheel. Getting better at listening, obviously. What about you? You's all getting better at listening? Price action, 200 period moving average, 30 minutes. Got there. Not bad. Close on Friday. Weekly time frame, what does it look like? What does it look like? What's this week? In context, well, turn off the drawings because it's impossible to see anything. Mostly wick. Mostly wick. Whoa, recovery then, right? Well, we're back above these previous close by a long shot, so that's very positive. Stretched a lot lower. Obvious lots of bullish divergence would have been the case at the time. I think we're still in a period of relative volatility based on an amazing indicator that only exists for certain people. And then the 5-day, because these are things irrelevant, 3-day, nothing excellent jumping out at us, right? So a recovery, as we can see, though it hasn't been all that extensive compared to where we came from, which is how we measured that with what retracements. Daily time frame drawings back on, you can see then came up against this 382 retracement. This 382 retracement over here would be a perfect place to pause. There's a 50 simple period moving average on the daily time frame. Looking left, you can see period of consternation in price action within that prior trend that we broke out of here, returned back to there. Ha, cookie as well. What a just ha. Yeah. Well, I think it's time for this then. Thank you very much, Cookie sir. And yourself, Ace.
All the while fighting your denial like I don't have to see it the game. I guess I'm deranged, but I'm gonna hold. I've been down much longer than you have been gone. Keep on paying no mind. I'm setting up mine. Best believe I know my hands are diamond. My future is shining.
So if you noticed, as I did, the wheels there. Oh, this thing. Oh, look.
Never bet against me.
So first one, ladies. Second one, boys.
All that money you spent to hedge your bet, but your mistake is my take from my play against your greed. See, I know you tried and conspired. Your degenerate ways on full display. It's a shame how foolhardy. I guess I'm deranged, but I'm gonna hold. I've been down much longer than you have been gone. Keep throwing chips in. You know in the end, this hand's deeper than your money. Fool, my hands are diamond. Our future is shining. My hands are diamond. Never bet against me. Yeah. My hands are diamond.
Reynaldo Moreno there. Check out his YouTube channel. The link is in the description. You can also find it by searching Reynaldo Moreno. You should definitely subscribe to his channel. Get him up there. Needs more subscribers so he can monetize his channel. He's doing all this work on YouTube and he can't even get an advert on there. It's like a terrible... he should be the top, like, bigger than Kim Kardashian. Howdy, Theo. Howdy, Theo. How's it going? Merrick, I was rewatching a Rocky video today. Good on you. Fid levels. Good point. You requested a bit of fib. God, a lessons in there. Howdy, Lisa. How's it going? Good to see you, Eric. Great to see you, kitties. Nimlos. Yo. Gustav, Luke Spears, Donna Bell, Lisa, Ace, some chick. Indeed, I'll be a lady, Kim. Wow, Cookie, Merrick, who've I missed? Nobody, K. I'm not a cat legend. Probably somewhere in there, Sarah. Hi. So, price action on GameStop. 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you happen to look to, this was the resistance level price action was aiming for once it broke through here, right? That'd be a 236, this 382. Talked about that a minute ago. It's also a historical level of resistance. You can see there's a little bit of a push higher it could go to. Easy do that on Monday up to around 26.50. If it's bullish next week, that'd be a good place to push to. Above there, and you're looking at around $27. Break up above there, and you've got something really good on the go, heading back towards your prior highs. But that's all yet to be decided. Hard to break above some of these levels, right? This one in particular, very difficult to get back above 27 and change here. Number of touches of resistance, support prior, and then we've not yet tested it since having left it at this departure point. So I would expect on the first pass that you don't necessarily break it. Should you be heading there, 27, spot 77, that sort of area, 26.82 in advance of that. A little bit difficult to break. All in a 5-minute time frame, says you. Yes. 1 hour. 50 simple cross below the 200 period moving average. That's not good. That's bad. It's very bad. There at 2-hour time frame, you can see there's an awful lot of reasons why it's hard to get past right where we are at the minute. And in 4 hour, we're finding some very significant, just pushing above that 50 simple, which is great. And then the 200 period moving average in at around 30, which would be our target. And as I was pointing out here, after I talked about how congratulations to all these people, significant amount of interest at that exact level. And they got it by 10 cents. So, brilliant. Also, fantastic in that it took all of these people out of the game, right? An awful lot of open interest and volume at these levels. Look at that. They're losing money. Look at that. That's a high percentage of these people that just held and lost. Similar. So, there's loads of it, right? So a good week for that. So back to GameStop and that level, 26 spot 10. After the post-market closed a little bit down, you're looking at support 25.30, approaching those levels, and that 236, 23, 25.45, those sort of targets to hold for support, and then you could imagine this continuing quite easily. If it doesn't, you've got a gap to fill, support at about 23 and change, 1.1 free extension, close that gap. Good to see. If we get there before we put in a high, right, which is very, very likely, then I wouldn't even necessarily anticipate stopping at that level. We'd probably come down and test this prior low in this 1618 extension and then look for bullish divergence. If we head that direction and break these important levels, if you're heading back to the top side, that's failing to break this prior high, which is very possible because, as you can see, went through the 200 period moving average and then body closed back below it, rejected from it. So next time you approach it, people will be aware of that. Right, so you should be cognizant of what they'll be aware of, obviously, right? I mean, you get that bit by now, right? So, yeah, so that's that. And then up to the hour week, 4 hour, you can see the breakout and the momentum was pretty negative here. So any sort of a recovery, I'm really looking for prior highs, right? I want it to prove itself because this was so brutal. And this is only just peeking its head above the center line RSI. And I say peeking its head above, dodgy as daily time frame then. Again, not making it there because so strong the move below. Didn't yet come down to test this prior breakout point on the RSI price action. Slipped lower than the previous low on price action and out with this formation. So again, not great, right? That's bad. Down. Trade spotting looks for support. So you probably noticed my proclamations on social media. So here, yeah, that could still turn positive, but you would love to see everything going positive on the indicators, and you're not seeing it at the minute. Price action on daily time frame at that resistance level, the first place you would aim to. Next one, along with being the Fibonacci's, is the perfect area of support and resistance, 26.85. Then you're looking at 27, 77 / 79, that sort of level. Boop, 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 boop. That's it, you know. Gets more janky by the day. That's the way these things tend to work. Sploshing a lotion. You sploshing a lotion? You sploshing a lotion, you know, less jankies. Whoa, Ace Ventura with another 5. What did the wheel say? The mic for ants. Yes, this is a mic for ants. What did the wheel say? Oh, no, what? It's on that again. Did it even spin? Go spin again there, wheel. Go for it. Ah, I heard it, but I didn't see it. So I'll have to redo that. Bear with me. Why am I not seeing you, wheel? What's your problem? Nope. That's bullshit. Oi. Wheel, what are you like? What are you like? Okay. So, no excuses now, right? Oh, what? Get real, like, wheel. It's stuck on, boys, so... Same rules apply, right? The wheel's broken, I'm not. What's your excuse? You know, got to play by these stupid rules. The way it is. You know, we endure what we must while the wheel does whatever it feels like. Okay, but I skipped it. No. Thank you for your service. Always. Where is he? There he is. Thank you. I need to thank you too. Thank you for your service, sir. 999, Big Bong Jimmy the Legend. Oh my god, the wheel's gone again. So I like the button, even though, you know, the lights, there it is. That means it's legit. It's a legit spin, even if it isn't moving. Come on, wheel. It's moving. What do you like, camera? What's going on? I'm watching it move in front of my face. Oh, this is so weird. I'm supposed to be the time doctor. I can't even control you, wheel. Oh, don't get me up with the task manager nonsense. Away you go. Just go away already. No. Oh, everybody hates this. I hate this. Stop doing it. Close it. Yeah, close it. Don't do that. Close it. Just close it. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Wow. Where's that drink gone? There it is. Well, I love this stuff already. Traceborn, can we look at Z Lab? I'll go schizo. Z Lab. We could, if you want. We shall try. So, yeah, I was doing something. Did it work? Yo! Hello, Stelly. Hello, Paint Corrector. Yeah, I was doing something. It was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this thing. Yep, there it is. It's coming in now. It's coming in hot, everybody. Right, so you saw the wheel there. It span. No, you didn't. You didn't see it. Oh, silly. Right, so here, that's what we're at to. Yeah, that's green light on it this time. That's weird. That's super weird. Does that mean I can do it over here? It might do, you know. That would save me a lot of bother later if this works. Go on, work. Why did I expect that to work, eh? There we have something. What's it? Is that the wheel even? Is it? Are you gonna? Yes, here we go. Oh right, can you see it? You can't see it. How can they not see it? Shaboopy. Shaboopy. Oh. All right, just on time too. Say that, but it's going to go for a while now. Hit the like, friends. Just hit that like button. What is this? A non-liking show? You don't like this? What's your problem? You got a problem? Dragonfly. That's what it was. It was a dragonfly in my soup. It was beautiful. And hi, people. Hi, Pekaiba. Hi. Hi, Jez. Hello, Dragonfly. There you are. You were in my soup. Just beer o'clock. It's, well, we're on the classic MD 2020, you know, just a tribute to the retro, you know, as we are. We're all retro here. We reject the digital, favor of analog. That's why we're here shopping in GameStop. And we haven't heard the squiggly line sound effect on the church lately either. Squiggly line sound effect on the church. What was that again? That's lovely. So good. Lovely so much. I love that. Greatest thing ever. Shut up, Bluetooth nonsense. Right, so that thing, yeah, that's a 200 period moving average up there at $30. So that's what you're looking at on daily if it gets bullish. You want to break that level. Like I say, a lot of tough times ahead of you. Going there, GameStop-y. Right, so that's what we're looking at. Yeah, exactly. And then when we were like, there was potential opportunities on this thing we were talking about. Holy sugar, that went better, right? So look at that gap back there. Test that in at around $50.02. Then you'd be closing that gap, testing the 236. You've closed these two previous gaps and this guy, so you're pulling back down now from an 886. That would be totally understandable coming in anywhere between 50.50 and 50.3. That sort of a level for a re-entry if you're looking at this thing. And if you don't, right, you've got a tight stop loss there, because if you break down back below this box, closes at 49.60, then you wouldn't want to be in that trade until it tested a 50 simple or the breakout point of this previous formation. 200 period there at 55.60, still on for that. 50% retracement at 56 and change, so that's good. Anywho, I suppose you'd have to watch every show to see these things. And the Bibaji had a bit of a reaction there, as we suspected you would. Head back towards a 50% retracement. Post-market not doing so great, but then whatever. What is my BBIG of whatever shoes up? Bitcoin futures, we'd like to see them have done. Pardon me. Something better since that low, but the top side of this formation, 200 period moving average, you can't really argue with that considering what's been happening. That's like not terrible. 50 simple approaching that 200 there. As you can see, Dave Cross price action tested it. Body close, retreated away from that in a 15-minute time frame towards the, still market open on Bitcoin futures. But I'd pay attention to it, because Fridays and whatnot, and then I'd look for Bitcoin over the weekend, follow the close there on futures and everything else as well. Next level back up above 17,550, and to get back above there and push up to 18,550. That's what you need to do. You'd like to do it before you broke below these prior lows at 16 and change. If you did it with bullish divergence, that's different. You're already on the way to making a lot of that there. You can see that between these prior lows there, price action obviously higher. Or is I lower, right? That's in this section of the trend. Overall, you've got continuation divergence between this high and this guy. So a little bit of a retracement would be expected, and then anything towards golden pocket or a little bit onwards would be normal, and there you've got it, right? That's why that's there. So this is 236 back above. And then if you were to look at this and draw on, you'd have other Fibonacci's that are very relevant in around those levels. There's the bottom of a golden pocket. That's obvious. Look, and this is all just happening, right? It's all just happening. I'm not making it happen in 50% retracement. So that's the level. And it's why you got there 50% once and no more. So give me the box already so I can get this stupid box. I hate you anyway, box. And so you'll be looking at that. That's like break. Whoa. Yo, why? You like? Calm down. Break back above here. I'd be testing a 200 period moving average. Probably comes in around there. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. You did your jumping around thing, did you? Well, we're on Sol. Well, if we're going to be on Sol, can we not be on Sol with some drawings? Here's some drawings. So yeah, I suppose similar situation, right? 1542, 236 back here. Obviously relevant. Drew up on a horizontal. Price action tested it there. Boom. Slipped out of this upward sloping diagonal. That's nonsense. I hate those things. I draw them, make a point at the time, and then he leaves them there. Hello? Could you discuss the significance of the Bollinger Bands hitting 200 period average? It would be like really, really cool, I think. Trace one, can you look at PXD, please? It's the stock, great dividend. It's like do you not like the wheel? Some problem with the wheel. I have real issues. You guys not like it. Veterans Day, American friends. It's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, veterans. Blooming heck, what a brilliant day it is. I already knew it was a good day. Didn't know it was here. We got, let us see, we have a free spin for Veterans Day. Free spin? Celebratory spin? What do you want to call it? Fucking spin? Call everything. What? Right, so, yeah, there it is. Whoop. And what is it? Mad Dog 2020. Perfect. Spy request. What is spy? I've never heard of it. Because with the general question, so goes the spy, so likely goes the GME in the short term. Wow, there's the wheel. Look at that, though. Look at the wheel cookie. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. It's doing that slow tease. All right, happy Independence Day. Is it Independence Day as well? Where's this Independence Day at? Not the one I know. Happy Veterans Day. Why is the military so strict with their dress code? This is a good one. They don't want any casualties. Ah, look, it's girls on red. So girls drink and that in there. Look, now it's gone on to boys. So just that's the way it works. Polish Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, Poland. Eh? Poland, what did you ever need Independence Day from? You know, I mean, I suppose the Nazis and the Russians and previously the Mongolian hordes. So yeah, happy Independence Day for the Poles. Holy shit, they look like they're probably going to have quite a long period of independence based on their military budget. Congratulations, Poland. Cheers to all of Poland. Happy Veterans Day too. Brilliant, eh? What else? Is there any other things we can celebrate? Yeah, that day keeps changing once per century. Once per century. Yeah. So, good luck, Poland. And Damslip and Resistance, good luck, Seoul. If it does break above that, it'll probably test these prior highs and come back above there and then come in and test this 1972 level. That's what I'm looking at, that prior low. This is a 50% retracement. This is an 886 of this move. You got close at this stage. You're not really broken down. You're looking like you're putting in touch of bullish divergence. So if Bitcoin moves up, this will move up and that's the next target. If it breaks back above there, you're looking at 21 and change. And it probably does go and test there. Anyway, that's that. You know, that's what that is. Hood's back above $10. Yeah. Aye, it's back above $10, so it is. 4 time frame, still got that bit of that gap there. Bit of a technical, bit of an obvious, bit of a gap back above. You've also got a gap, so no way. Nope. We have to fill the gaps and we've got to go both directions. We've got to go both directions, trending to the top, trending to the top. My dog, Minton, ate my shuttlecock. Oh my God. No way. Bad Minton. Bad Minton. That's terrible tragedy. I love stories like that though, about badminton. He's the best. Right, so 50 simple, covered 200 premium average just below 50 simple. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. What are we looking at here? Oh, we like that. Yeah, this is a piece of shit. What do we not like about this? Everything. Everything you hear about it is just bad news. I kind of feel bad for the chap runs it, not in a serious way, just in a like, you know, you say these sort of things, don't you? So, I don't know. Right, so there's the 886. This is also a gap. 1.13 extension then? Anybody? Well, I mean, $2 probably. I mean, it's like, you know, just that, isn't it? I mean, I don't know, right? I don't it's not financial advice, obviously, because this thing, like, got nothing to do with finance. This thing's whack, right? This thing's whack. This is the least finance stock that's about finance that ever existed. This thing, it's whack. Look at the state of that too. Oh, nightmare. So, yeah, what was it we were actually talking about? AMC went nuts the last couple of days. Unfortunately, AMC, did we not? We skipped over AMC. How could we do that? How could you let me do that? How could you let me do that? Look, that's bullish engulfing over the weekly time frame. Boom. 7.20 up 17.46%. It's very difficult to argue with that sort of a move. Oh, yeah. So it's just coming back to trade spotting line. I mean, I could have drawn other lines, but we didn't. We drew this one, 725. What is that? Did it touch that? What was the high of the day? 728. Oh, trade spotter, you're just the best. You're just still it was 726 too, so it was even closer. Hey. Anyway, there's a gap back there. 777, 788. That's the level you're looking for. If it does get really, really bullish, break above there, 200 period moving average comes in at 891, 236 back around $9.09. AMC leading the way. Whether or not it gets back above the broadening wedge basis line here that a lot of people would look to and think like that's very important. Yeah, it is, but also it comes at exactly the same time as this horizontal, which is what actually is important. So even if we do break this and go sideways, it's all about breaking back above this level. I apologize for being late. I had my sploshing paused. Oh my goodness, Nimlaws. My goodness. Greatest me. Today is Leonardo DiCaprio's birthday. Oh, what's brilliant. That's brilliant. Aye. Ooh. Leo's like Dorian Gray. He is, isn't he? And if you stick all of that together, you get DeLorean. A grey DeLorean, which is probably some answer to something. Like, what colour is the DeLorean? As long as it's not his girlfriend's 26th birthday. It better. Why? Is it? I mean, if it was, we could have. It might be, like, just in case. Cool, that stuff's disgusting. Hey, you know it is. This is not an advert for that stuff. It's awful. So that's so yeah, I mean AMC has been doing well. There's a 200 period moving average out of the 236. I mean that's where it looks, even though this 236 isn't real because there's this here. Yo. Still 840. Darn. And then what about this guy? He's coming from the prior high, so can use him too. 838. That's the same thing. Get out of town. I'm gonna have to use somewhere else. I'm gonna have to use somewhere else to make this point. You can go back to your real place. Right? And then what about you? When you're the prior high then, aren't you then? And this is probably a golden pocket already up this. Yeah. Alrighty. So you'd be looking at what? It's back there. It's like once you got to the 711, which you're at post market, you're still aiming for the 777, and then once you break that, which I mean, sure, you've then got to go through a 200 period moving average, which is just above it, and this 50 simple's approaching it. Frickin'. Well, I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that at this stage. That's the weekly. Maybe on the daily you can't. Yeah, you can. Get out of town. There's a 50 simple. We'd be breaking that. You'd be heading for the 200. That's at 944, 950. And then back on the weekly, what does that give us? In around 50% retracement from this prior high. Wouldn't be anything significant on the overall fib, so stopping there probably not. I mean, it's back up at around 1191 if it's really bullish. That's really, really bullish, but it would be if it broke above the baseline in this broad and wedge. It's just betting back above here is a big ask. So what's next week going to look like? That's a good question. So let's get in and look at SPY and figure it out. Bragging rights, 18 months, there you go. Fucking hell, this is worth celebrating that. No, I can't do that. Can't do that. We have to... It's disgusting. So, yeah, 18 months, bloody hell though, eh? Bloomin' heck, eh? Oh my goodness, eh? Shocking. Hello, Chris, how's it going? Hello, Sukanku, how's it going? Hello, boom. AMC is not doing well until it's about 10 again. Aye, well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, and with this adjusted chart, what is it? Like, I mean, it was always back above 32 was like the, now we're dancing. I think that level nowadays is back around here, 21, 22. That's what you're really looking for. So, you know, because people go mental should get there. Which is exactly what you don't want to happen. Oh my goodness, 18 months Kong. Well, I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, sheesh. There's the little, that's what it feels like when you're the little piggy who built his house out of straw or sand. Even worse, did they do that? Did any of them do that? Because that would be really, really stupid. But there. So if we're talking about bragging rights, then I suppose we're going to go have to spin the wheel for that too, don't we? So who's that? That's where it's, well, it's not been decided because I haven't spun it yet. There it goes. Ha! Wow, it moves and everything. See that? Ha! Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Whoa, yeah. So what else? Well, we should look at SPY and check out what's going on, because if this moves to the top side, you've got 21. 21 would be brilliant. So, check that out. SPY going to go there? That'd be like 420.
Choose the path of perpetual torment.
Perpetual. This is the negative, very short. 50 simple at 412. Still got the artifacts on it, but it's not the one we're looking for. Where is that?
The umbral plains, seeking
That's still SPY.
against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doomslayer.
Oh, I heard that. Here it goes.
By the fires of hell.
But jeez, he really was up for it that time, wasn't he? It's not a SPY. Aha, right. retracing the top Bollinger Band. What am I like on the 1 hour time frame? I mean, I would turn off my drawings to make it slightly simpler. But they say, oh really? I mean, like, I can turn them off for a second. You got your 50 simple. It's approaching a downward sloping resistance. You got your 200 period moving average here. That's that 1620 extension. Your prior lows within the trend itself. That was bullishly divergent, so you're pushing back up. Once you get back above a 236, the question of looking for an important level of resistance. That's either a 50 simple golden pocket retracement, top side of the Bollinger Bands, or a prior high within the formation, perhaps even an 886 as well, which you can find when you turn on the drawings. Yo, 382 here, golden pocket retracement at this level. All happened when we predicted it would with the horizontal level. As you can see here, there's another one coming if you're interested on the 28th of November to the, oh yeah, 28th of November that week. More of the same big moves coming. How do you say that, Traceborn? There's a 200 period moving average there on the daily. You're looking for that at 404. The high at 399 spot 35, so you're not making it back above this 200 period moving average. Yes, golden pocket holding it. There's a gap there, as you can see. Look, gap. Daily time frame, closing that. Not out of the question. That would take you back to around 406. Looking right, you can see that the downward sloping resistance there that we were speaking about with that 50 simple PV moving average. On the weekly, on the daily time frame, still in around those levels. 886 retracement topside fill, another gap. That would be 420, right? 420, 420, and then 4 hour time frame back down here. You've already got a bit of positivity being in the bullish control zone, back above your prior highs on the RSI and on price action, significantly more on price action. So a little bit of food for thought there. That also looks like an 886 retracement. What we were talking about just earlier on. Where's the low in this guy? Where's the 886 on that guy? I've lost it all now. Is that him? This him? It would take you around 402. Still not there, but you're back above your golden pocket. So maybe that isn't even dominant fib. With a gap in there, probably wouldn't be. It'll go back to the top of the other guy. Hello. There you are. Golden pocket retracement here. That's all you'd expect, really. That's why it's come at that level. So support below then. Back down top side above that gap 200 period moving average at 388. So the important levels for next week at the start of it would be 388 below. And then if we do manage to break back above our high from today at 399, next level I'll be looking at would be the 420 gap. Top side of that's closed around 410, and then, well, not that gap, but then the 420 gap. Guess where that closes. Right, so you're looking at that sort of move to the top side. If it goes to these are the important levels below. If that doesn't hold, then you've got this guy cover your 236, 392. That breaks, you're getting an early sign you're heading to 38. That 200 period moving average and the prior high from the formation, you'd expect to find support there at least on the first pass. If it doesn't hold, I wouldn't expect 388 to top side of a gap back down to fill that golden pocket in around 379. So those are the breakdown levels as well. Probably covers everything, to be honest, there because of the Euro average true range on this thing. But you're in around 556, and we talked about targets much further away than that by a big shot, even though it was weekly. We're on daily and 4 hour as well. So that's SPY. And if it's going that way, you know, bump, early signals on VIX with this really big breakdown, gap below, back between two important levels of support and resistance, and Fibonacci levels. So good head there. If price action breaks back down again, another test, that'd be the 200 period moving average. Rejection from that, creating a gap. Rejection from the bottom side of the gap, and then a bearish engulfing candle takes you back down to where we said it'd get it on VIX. Congratulations us. Going to see live music takes a concerted effort. Much love to the Doomslayers. And wish Rocky and your dad a speedy recovery. Yeah, frickin' does, you know, take some concerted effort with the live music. Good luck to anyone who's doing anything like that. Wow, that's some proper efforts there. And much love to the Dimslers, darn tootin', and we wish Rocky and your dad special recovery. Wow, what a lovely message from my not cat, 17 months. What a lovely message, eh? Eh? Can't help but do some good that. That's what I say. Brilliant. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks. There he is. Now, what you do? Shouldn't be here, Rocky. Should be asleep. So yeah, but even Vix is like there's a gap to fill. Probably does that 21-20 if Spy pushes on up, which it looks like it wants to, and you're getting an early sign from this Sploshing Golfing rejection, having a chance to fill a gap and not even going for it. 14 months. Thanks for all your encouragement and support. Look at that with the extra love from Rocky. 9 months from Niblos. Could have had a baby. Could have had a baby. Would have been out running around at this rate. Nimrod's baby's running around after 9 months. Thanks for all your encouragement and support. What a lovely message. Look what a brilliant community. Right, so you're looking at this thing filling that gap. I spoke about this. There's an 86. Look, somebody drew an arrow in there. Who did that? Probably goes there. Aye. So, yeah, I mean, this thing, we're best looking at it on a daily or more, I'd say. 4 hours, great in that, but... Right, so there, it's dead obvious what's going on. You see price action getting rejected from a 200 period moving average. You know? 200 period moving average, that means something. 50 symbol still above it, so you've got that, just saving grace. Price action's below its prior low, that was quite easy to do that. This bit here below there, too bullishly divergent. No, it's not. This is a lower high. These are, what, higher lows I suppose, right? So you're not heavily really trending, so not all that much you're going to be able to take from any of this, really. The last flick on the end, I suppose you've got Class B, bullish divergence on the daily on a 4 hour. Yeah, sure, a little bit, but you've got a rejection formation going on there, innit? And it doesn't have to fill its gap straight away, Vix. Eh, look at that one, didn't fill it until recently. And that's there, just look at this, but you know, whatever, right? So you know what I'm saying. So it looks like Spy does want to push that a wee bit higher, and this a little bit lower, and then the reactions come again, back down to 379, possibly. It's not like anybody's fixed anything. I mean, the most recent news is how screwed everything is. CPI was better. Oh, what was the other... What was the... What is this? 10? What is this? Yeah, 1 day, yeah, blah, 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 blah. It was 2.8% last month. What you like? So, well, I mean, it's down, right? So what's that say? That's positive, right? It's still down there, only at the 50 period moving average, though. No, that's the Bollinger Band basis line. Yo, trace bar. That's where you'd expect it to go, no more. It's just so you've not ruled out anything, any idea of second phase inflation. I mean, you wanted to take that back below a prior high, didn't manage to come back below this thing. I mean, we're taking it as a proxy for actually like the actual Michigan inflation expectation 5-year. Don't know what this is. And so you'd be expecting that to hold and it to bounce back up, test the top Bollinger Band at 595, and that to be bearishly divergent, maybe, but that would be what you'd be anticipating. It's continuation at this stage and nothing ruling it out. That's a hold. Anyway. Wow, Weeksteak, wow, you're so lucky. Oh my god, who's going to get it? Theo Minimus, well deserved if you ask me. Congratulations. Look at the wheel goes as well when that happens. Bloody hell, I didn't realize that wheel must have been going for ages. There's an orange, that's the lassies. You have to drink lassies. PXD says Jez, Jez. PXD, Pioneer National Resource. Pioneer Day! Them Pioneer Days! Them's were the days! Them Pioneer Days! Yeah, that was it. Them Pioneer Days. This thing likes a positive trend. So what's this? I mean, have they got share buybacks every one of these or what? What's going on with that? Are these all the same extension? Should have had me in this bandy. Oh, that's the wheel again. What's that all about? Hey, wheel! Easty. Wow, there is down you are. That's very lovely. So, you still take crypto trades, boy? You betcha. Betcha I do. Do not have it in the link. I maybe don't have it in the link. I was very parsimonious with my links. Just reminded me that I had a coffee. You had a coffee? Wow. You're so lucky already, but that and all the joy gone now, and now you just have to deal with all the afterness of it. Mind you, what time is it there? Maybe it's perfect time for a coffee. Dave, good dividends, Respawn. Yeah, yes, Des. You said that, Des. You said that, Des. I saw that, Des. You said they have nice dividends. Yummy. Nice dividends. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. What, like, dividends? Like, what's your dividend? Do you got some dividend yield? It's fucking it's 10%. That's not bad. What is this? Energy. Ah, well. You've got the dividends now, 10%. It's funny, isn't it? When the government's like, look, no, it's not the government, it's the population. The population like, we want an extra tax on oil companies because they made so much money. And it's like, well, you should have bought shares in it then, shouldn't you? I mean, shouldn't you? What is this? Fucking traders are out here every day. No, they're not getting enough fucking kickback from the oil companies just cause. They're like, yeah, but they got oil in our country. It's like, aye, they pay tax on that bit already. Yeah, but their profits are so high. It's like, well, yeah. Should have bought shares in it then, didn't it? You know what I mean? What the fuck? I mean, I agree with the idea of giving stimulus checks out and whatnot instead of handing the money to the banks. I don't think that works. I think the people you give it to spend it, the banks hold it. And that's, you know, the problem with it, you know, when you need to get the economy going. So I'm all for that, but I don't know, you know, just taking money off companies and giving it to people. What's that shit all about? I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird, you know. And I'm not a massive fan of the oil companies, but like, what you like? We're taking out. We've got this special tax that we've just invented because you made more money than we thought you would. What is that? That's not cool. playing that. That's not going to, I'm not going to be allowed. I'm going to get in trouble playing that. I'm going to, I am, it's terrible. Plus, no one can hear what I'm saying, and you're just really interested in this. Right, it's financial for adults. Just happens to be Friday and it work is a closer. Oh my God, what was that? How could I have liked this so much when I was 11? I don't know. Still don't know. What's wrong with my brain that I keep bringing it? I don't know either. So, I mean, I'd still go with this probably. And I'd say you would be looking at testing these lows if you did break out of the formation. And I could draw the measured move off it, but I already know where it goes because it's over the same place as horizontal. So, and then that's you're breaking these levels, and then you're breaking that level, and that's what B. And then we've got the Fibonacci to the right, but I'll draw them here so you can see them as well. Yeah, 236. This is a level you really don't really got that in advance. What number was I saying before? Can't remember. Probably that number, but it looks different now. Am I looking at the same thing? What's happening? Daily time frame. What is it? I mean, I got it from the low or something. Was he using the Bollinger Bands? Who knows, right? Who knows? Get off my face at the minute. That you're not on my face, but get out of it. Right, so, and then, I mean, you're not looking for that yet, but if there was a retrace below 236, this would be the guy. Oh yeah, this was the guy. This is what we're looking at, yeah. So it was these 236s that are important to stay above. That's parabolically. Yeah, that's parabolically in around the same level as that guy. Okay, no problem. And then if we're looking at this guy, you've obviously already hit that. And then broken below, you've got a wedge here, golden pocket retracement, parallel in the formation. So darn, I need another line. Ugh. Right, so that's the way it is though. Right. Daily, what about a 4 hour? What are you saying? Where's my indicators gone? There, nah, it's not great. That's below the center line. That's bad. At this stage, failing to get back into the bullish control zone would have been a nightmare. At least you made it up there. Wasn't failure swing. Looking back there, it's not higher than that. So you don't have divergence. You just got convergence and downward sloping trend. If this thing is going to break up, it could do. I mean, it could easily do. I'd be worried about it breaking below the 236 here. But at that stage, you've got a gap to fill in the 4 hour, which would mean that the top side of that, I'd discount, say the bottom side of that's definitive once you bounce from that. And if you don't, then you're going to this level, 208. So that's good there and bad above. And then this would be the first level. You've already tested it once. Right, so yeah, and then the prior low within the formation, that's where you're actually going at 209 if it breaks out. And testing this prior low here. Right, so that would be your 236. And then if we're looking at it back from this, you've got your 886 and beyond. That's good to see that. And then holding this level would be positive. 50 simple above you is not great. 1 hour, what are you doing? Depth cross there, price action testing it. Back above the center line, but continuation divergence. And it looks like it's in a little bit of a trend here. That'd be a channel. So, nothing bullish about it yet. Breakout there, taking you back to prior high, but no, it's disappeared again. What is it on now? It's taking us to LRCX. It's like the tripper Andy markets. So, that's what we got from it. It was fun though. What did the wheel get from us? Oh, boys again. Jeez, that's me, isn't it? Oh, serious stuff this. What else did you hear about the construction worker who was claustrophobic until he tried spelunking? Spelunking. I didn't. He's an ex-cave here. Oh. Spelunking. Love that now, that word. Big loves for that word now. Guys, focus on the fibs. What? Yeah, guys, focus on the fibs, guys. Come on, guys, focus on the fibs. Stop laughing at the jokes, guys. Listen, look. Turn up for what? Yeah, I turn up for this. MD 2020. You got it. Spotted it. Well done. It's beautiful. Turn up juice. Yeah. JWH. Tears. And welcome to the Fridays. Welcome to the Friday updates. What the heck are you drinking today? Yes, that's it. It's that horrible sticky lip stuff. Right. So there's a gap there. That's pretty obvious. What else? What did we not do? We're focused on the fibs. Yeah. Look at the fibs. All right. Here, my fibs are up here. Look, my fibs are up here. Okay. Thank you very much. Funny, eh? Like how you already know that. I'm not even going to say that. So right, So this thing, I was speaking to Rocky about this earlier. I was like, there's a retracement on the cards for this, and I still think there's a big retracement left on it. But that was a little bit of it already. Where was it? There's loads of things on it that look dodgy as. Ha! Yeah. Ooh, right. So careful. And then Link is a move, come back down 6897. Chase. I suppose that'll be just doing exactly the same thing as like this. Yes. Slightly different, possibly from this. Not really. Oh, what about this? Oof. It's very similar as well. Hey. I am only here for the music. Okay, music. Hey. Okay, but you know what that means then. What time is it here in Britain? My God. So we're all here for the same thing, really, I think.
Oh my God, I need a painkiller. I'm in pain, yeah.
And it's not that. Ha! this to break above 1.14. From where it's come from,
Oh God, I need a painkiller.
you'd expect to get it back here.
Don't show me no.
You'd have expected it to get back here. Testing this level, like continuation divergence between this high and this previous high, price action lower, RSI higher. It is definitely in a downtrend, so there's nothing there, and you would expect a little bit of a pullback then, potentially 236. At the minute, if it should go there immediately, it would be 1.04. I suspect that you do move slightly higher, but still one such psychological level so close to that would be what I'd be looking at. One, holding 0.89 at the prior low, 844. That was 9.5. So yeah, you're looking for this to break up. If it does break above that 1.14, then you're looking for it to just go straight up to the 1.51, test this downward sloping resistance. You've got your bullish divergence and you've got a lot of strength on RSI. If it doesn't break back down then, because that is continuation divergence, then which you would see it doing back below 1. Probably come in and test this prior low at 9.4, and then if that didn't hold, then you're looking to making an extension below and getting 3 touches of divergence. You've only got class B divergence there, except when you go look between these two big macro lows on the daily time frame, you can see there's a lot of divergence there, and that obviously lower. I've already got that line on, it defines part of this formation. And then I don't know what I was drawing with that line in RSI. So then the elasticity within this thing, you wouldn't rule it out doing something like this if it did break it back above that 151 target. Get out back above a 236, a 200 period moving average, 886 lower than this side of the gap. That would be the first place you'd probably bounce from, not having tested it. An 886 retracement also being that low from this part of the gap, 1618 being the top side of the gap. Looks like that would be what you're aiming for if you can't break 151, and that gives you a good target to aim from here. 50% up. Stop losses, that's back low at 1, just above there, 0.1, 0.078, 18, 1.1, those sort of levels. So that's all right, already at 1.1. Looking at that break above 1.14. Ta-da! It'd just be folded pizza. That sounds nice. Like omelets, things, other things. What else can you fold? Letters. What else can you fold? Clothes. Oh, folding's the best. I'm out here doing YouTube videos. I could be folding all day. 3 pizza restaurants have closed in my town recently. Oh my god. I think it's a domino effect. Yeah. Why am I doing that? I don't know why I'm doing that. Force of habit or something. Okay. What else did I miss? That was me being silly missing that one. If only I have fixed the printer. I'm stupid. My computer is weird and I think it's reset the port details, so I have to check because I can't remember what it was before and fix it. VRM, got it. Thanks, Cookie Legend. Thanks so much, Cookie. EX3 gifted a membership. Boom. Thanks so much. Nimlos, 9 months. Rocky, brilliant. I'm not a cat. Legend. Well, Legend, eh? 18 months gone. Boom. Jeez. Eliting for the nicest human being around. Probably get bragging rights for that. Spliffity Sploshing. Chris, how's it going? What? There it is. Donkowski. Salute to the current servant. Happy Friday, Jimmy UTA Assassin. Legends. Donkowski. I didn't see that earlier. I'm so sorry. Thanks very much. Spin the wheel in that. Spotting. Then. So sorry. There it goes. Ah, wow. Wheel does that noise. Sometimes the wheel does weird noises. Brilliant, eh? Wow, boom. Oh, wait, how long was that? Let me get back to the show. Whoa. 15, 13. Oh my god. I sort of feel like adding them all together in my head and then it's hundreds and millions of years. I don't smoke the reefer here. That stuff's disgusting. Welcome, welcome. Well, if it isn't my favourite Irishman. Well, it's yourself there. Trampolines help the homeless. Oh my goodness, that reminds me of jokes, isn't it? So, jokes. What else were we going to look at here? Well, we said we'd do crypto, so I suppose we should look at Ethereum. The keyboard doesn't agree with me, though. Keyboard just doesn't like it. And it'll start at the futures. Market's closed. Market's closed. Spot closed down 7.6%. It's got a big move, but it's well within the previous candle. Looking at it here on the daily time frame, you see that it's not even half of that candle, right? So that's not terrible. Yeah, sure, it didn't exceed at all above the top side. But, you know, see, I mean, actually, you know, it's not wonderful. But it's also not as bad as it could have been. 4 hour, what are you looking at there? Aye, get your cross. Come on, you didn't quite get to 200. That was also like... Eh? What do you like, Ethereum? You know what I mean? You like Big EJ. So it's already managed to lose the 236 and then never recover it since 382. It's dropped below that. It's dropped back. It's not touched the golden pocket, but this thing's not much of a recovery, is it? So far. That was a very strong candle on the 2 hour. What am I like? 1 hour? That's bullish engulfing on a 1 hour. Was it? No. But just about. Anyway, you held the 50 simple in the 1 hour time frame. That's quite good to see. 200 period moving average at 14.35. That's what I'd be looking to until such times as it broke below the 50 simple at 1200. Even then, it's broke below that plenty of times. It's 50% retracement at 11.77. And even then, it's way below that. And the golden pocket comes in at 11.34. So, I mean, I'd be still looking at it moving topside. This was the breakdown. Still such times as it's like got some other news. I'd expect that to just continue floating that way. If it does go down, then early singles. Early singles. I've already just exactly seen. Get out of my face. So, yeah. Early signals, 1200, 1177. But would regard, this thing, you could easily come back there and bounce back up again. A lot of repositioning going on at the minute. Over the weekend, even more so. Anyway, it won't happen with these. These will be closed. No, what is this? Yeah, these will be closed. Where's Ethereum at then? What have you been doing since it's shit? Nothing. Still holding that. That's good to see. Bit of a downward sloping triangle on that thing. But that, really you're looking at this holding this level because it's very important here. And then if you do hold it again there, that's very positive. The elasticity within this suggests you'll get back above that 200. I mean, how the hell are you going to get back to 15.5 after everything that just happened? You mad spotter? Are you mad spotter? What? Well, I mean, it might happen. Who might say, that's very positive. The fact that candle opened up, pushed the top side on early as RSI went back above the center line, considering this downward sloping triangle at that stage. Usually, I'd do that. I'd say that looks like it's maybe, getting excited at the end. Is that just tricking folks? There's to the period moving average on 30. That's the prior high with information. And it gets not that so difficult after you use these lines. Horizontals, what it's all about. Why would you worry? Then you break them, great. No, then it isn't doing it. So that's what we're thinking. Happy Friday, Slayers. Happy Friday. La Flama Blanca. La Flama Blanca. Right. Wheel. Go for it, Wheel. You should have been there doing these on the anniversaries. I don't know how you set that up. Maybe I do. Probably do. Who else is foolishly holding it over the weekend? How effective are my 408 calls that expire on Monday? I could use second technologist opinion, but Jackson. On Monday, huh? Well, I mean, the Michigan 5-year inflation data is probably good if whatever chart I was looking at says that it ticked down. So, you're looking for a little bit further up on SPY. Yeah, I could imagine. Then 408, yeah, that's not out of the question. 408 is all right. I was looking at SPY earlier, 408, aye. You got 40, you got 400, you got 42, and you got 44, 47, 48. They're the next levels. But if 48 is what it's at, 409, and then you're looking up to there's a gap there, and then above it you're looking at just going to 420. But we're doing that on Monday. Doubt it. Can we look at TDUP? You betcha, Stally. Did you not ask me that already? And I did something wrong. Got 13% out of it today. Legend. That's a lot of massive donation. Went on not 236 after it bounced, and I cashed out as soon as it 786. Nice. Went down and up again. Arrow flash on 3 minutes. It's gonna make free entry vibes. Hiya! TDUP, what did I miss out on there? I might have ignored something that somebody else just said. Didn't mean to. La Flama Blanca. Yes, SPY. So 408, 420. I did something on SPY earlier, sir. VIX looks like it wants to come down a wee bit more, so you could be all right on those. At 408 for the close. Don't know. I mean, if it ever ticks up there, I'd get rid of them. But I suppose you're thinking that on Monday, get rid of them. Why did you not get rid of them today? Presumably, you would have had a ticket. Theta machines are worrying and all the rest of it. Might be, might be you do all right on Monday if it takes above 408. Yo. Do I think it could? Yes. Vic suggests it probably does want to push up a wee bit more. That's why it's, looking at crypto, it's interesting to see what they're doing on the last few hours of the futures, because it may well be that the indices look good on Monday. So if that's the case, then, I mean, I'm saying good for until the end of Monday, right? I'm not saying until the end of next week. And if 420, if so, and if not, 418 and 49 and whatever. But yeah, what happens to ducklings when they grow up? They grow down. First in FTX debacle. Yes, look, terrible. It's terrible, same to terrible, same, isn't it? Wow, now. Well, I mean, there's so many thoughts on it, Obviously, they lent customer funds, they used customers' funds as collateral in other deals, right? Which is completely against any form of compliance that you would need to undertake in traditional finance. And they do undertake traditional finance in order to run a company, FTX, which is a normal company, just because it trades crypto and has a crypto token. So that rule was broken, and that rule's obvious to anyone who's about 9 months old. And it's, you would go through various processes to distance yourself from the person signing the forms, because somebody would have to sign the forms at certain stages to say that these funds weren't in any way derived from client funds. So there is issues in there where it's like, well, I would be strongly suspect that they knew what they were doing. So all of the, oh my goodness, it's an accident. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize. Oh my goodness, this, that's just not true. They knew perfectly well what they were doing, and many do. So that, right? And it's not all that different from the infinite money glitch that Duquan was all into. Here, look, I've created this token. Right now I'm borrowing against this token. What? So, that's probably there'll be other people in similar situations, other companies, or also, so that I'm not particularly, it's nothing about it inspires me with confidence. Also, they've rescued a number of companies, didn't they? And now the question being, at the time, was always why are they rescuing these companies? And they were saying it was from the good of their heart. And then you were looking at them and it was people like Three Arrows Capital and so on. It's well, what could possibly be the reason to save them? And people like Jim Cramer were like, he's just throwing money around them to save everyone. He's the new JP Morgan. And sure, there was that narrative, there's that outline for somebody to fill. But he wasn't throwing the money around him to save the economy or to save crypto. He was doing it for projects that were existentially important to the funds that he was using as collateral to screw everybody. So there's that. And it's billions of dollars. I think loads of people on there at the minute are trying everything they can do to withdraw their funds through other means, not FTX US, which I think itself is in trouble now, isn't it, too, for some reason. But also FTX International, or they're all trying to get their funds off, but they can't, so people are doing all sorts of different things where you get kickbacks and fees and whatnot, and other people, doing off exchange deals with people on there and things. So, I mean, it's a lot of stress and tough times for people that are involved in it, I imagine. So it's terrible. The whole thing's tragic, terrible, annoying, people taking advantage of it. This is the thing, the whole thing's quite annoying because, I don't mean to say I'm amazing or whatever, but I work really hard, to do a good service on behalf of good people to make a real difference. And I could spend the same time making an exchange. I could easily make an exchange which has the basics set up around it, and then make a token which I borrow against and raise a certain amount of funds and use that to raise more funds and get investors on board. And I could sit in investment meetings raising money acting like I was nonchalant and flippant with my responses and not caring about their questions because I believed so very much in my everything app that was going to change the world as I sat and played mobile phones games and didn't actually listen to anyone. I could do all the things that the disappointing part of it is like the way the rest of the world bought is shit. You know, like it was obvious to many people, myself included, for months and months that Sam Bankman-Fried was up to no good and was taking the piss, and that was clearly not legit. And one of these days he was going to be involved in the problems that caused problem for other people, and that was very obvious. And then when GameStop got involved with the gift card project and whatnot, actually it's really weak business from GameStop, you know, really weak business from GameStop to, you know, because there's so many dynamic individuals in the cryptocurrency sphere, and it seems like those that get the most traction or respect are just people who have money or who came from money. And so many of GameStop's endeavors into the crypto space have taken legitimacy from people for these reasonings, because it has to be that, because they have nothing else. And it's disappointing when there's so much more opportunity and breadth in there and this is actually being explored. So, like, on that front, I'm glad to see GameStop doing their own thing with the games, with the store, and the way that they've managed to like mix a couple of cryptocurrencies together. But then, again, I think there's like could be more done. So, you know, but you're not asking me about that. You're asking me about FTX. What do I think? I think that it's tragic. I think that like, you're probably asking about is there going to be further fallout from it? And yeah, there likely will be. Because lots of people have had their money on FTX. It was marketed itself to larger account holders very often, as well as like all the retail side of things. They did market themselves to bigger accounts, especially when there'd be problems with derivative trading on other crypto exchanges. FTX would always be reaching out to say, like, you know, here, we're also doing this, you know, blah, blah, blah. You don't need GameStop doing something essential, darn tootin'. So, which is like a little bit of insulation they've got over everything. But then again, it trades an awful lot like crypto markets at the minute. So, especially that recent inflection. So, what was I talking about? Yes, FTX, all the people's money stuck on there. That's a tragedy. That's the first thing to point out. And then secondly, everybody saw it coming, you know, because he's not got any moral courage. This Sam Bankman-Fried clearly didn't have any moral courage, and this seems to be something that's not included in these investment rounds from Sequoia Capital or anybody else. So, yeah, it seems like there's a little bit lacking there. It seems like these big seed investment companies could do with having somebody with a bit of moral fortitude on there with their investment processes, but that's not the way it works, you know. Money worships money. Almeida one's fucking with Reef. They were, yeah. They were fucking Reef. Institutions were 100% using FTX to manipulate GME, in my opinion. Now they can still do it on a DEX, but it's likely much harder. Boom. Tokenized GME on there. We did look at that a couple of times, didn't we? They love a gap on that chart. Is there because there are people who are far more skilled at it than you? Is because there are people who are for... Probably is cause. The reason you don't grow your own food is because there are people that are far more skilled at it than you. Yes, you're on rockets.com. Yeah, we did, but then it's easy to sit there and say that, you know. It's easy to sit there and say that. It's really about what you do afterwards to help people. It's like same with like Rocky was talking about this with me recently. Like it's easy to see things coming. Like, you know, Lloyd's of London, the biggest insurance underwriters in the world, they will be until the end of humanity because of one decision and one guy who made one decision. And he knew there was going to be an earthquake in the west coast of America, which there was. And then he knew that it would be affecting people whose policies wouldn't be covered. And yet he helped them. And it's that person that makes a difference. It doesn't give a, like, it's not the person that causes the earthquake. It's not the fucking idiots in the time that panic and all the idiots and the drama. It's those people afterwards who pick up the pieces. And unfortunately, I don't think all the pieces have hit the ground yet because he's involved in so many other pies, you know. like serum. This is the thing, like people don't really know exactly his extent in certain things. So for example, I think that he's not that heavily involved as is being presented in Saul. I think he's all about this token serum that was like all like, anyway, long story short, there's slightly different things. And so I think that there's potentially opportunities in and around the breakout of what is truly affected by it and what it is like just managed to get. So that's what I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I can't remember. Just this probably got slightly more fallout to come, and that obviously there's this idea of a duel between him and CZ, and it's like you know, when people talk about mind games in sport and that, it's the goal of that mind game, right, is to convince the other person to think about you, right? That's it. There is no actual game between you and that other person. There's this other thing called the game that you're playing, which has got nothing to do with it. And you want the other person to make bad decisions. And then they do that when they focus not on the game in front of them, but on you as their opponent. And that's what it seems like Sam Bankman-Fried is making out CC did to him. Like, he won the mind game. And he doesn't even have the awareness to say, like, to realize that he's out here saying, you beat me not only financially, business, but you actually beat me on the mind games as well. That's what he seems to be saying. And it's like, well, if he's not actually aware of how much he's been beaten yet, maybe that's reflective of the fact that there's still a lot to shake out from this thing, partly, right? That's often the way it is with these crazy egocentric lunatics that think that they can be civilization builders, right? Usually it's that, like, and so maybe there is more to shake out of it all. So that's what I think. And I think there's a bigger effect for GameStop with regards to whether or not the shares are being manipulated on FTX or not. Well, I mean, there's so many other ways that they can do it. It's like, especially with NYSE, it's like open-ended exchange, right? And the problem there is that the people who run that exchange are very close to politicians. And so when you're looking for it to be sorted out with regulation, well, that's very difficult because of lobbying and the proximity of these politicians, who they're married, the people who own these exchanges and who they're married to and all. And that's like, it's difficult to sort out that way. So you really want the Justice Department. And then that way you need like real popular motivation and behind it, like the population to be doing, and they need to then be aware of lots of information. And even then, like, technical details don't really motivate people, and the drama isn't like interested enough that they'll not move on after a while. So has to be some really obvious point to it. There, they cheated us and it's very unfair. And I don't know if you're going to get that sort of a catalyst from FTX, like, so partly because everyone's looking the other direction about how it's affecting crypto and so on. So that's that. We took some profit and reckon BB was the deal at 6 USD. Yo, what are you saying? Cheers, boy, and glad to make it. Cheers. Yo, ex-Titan Unicorn, how's it going? Hope you and Rocky are well. Thanks. A way back, I was saying how BlackBerry was an investment that could do well. I bought AMC instead, as you know. Took some profit and reckon BB was the deal at £6. Just wondering. Yo. Where's the rest of it? Just wondering. If the current conditions will have BBC yet another new lower and you'll be the way you are, that good, it's totally okay. Put it there. Cheers. Ha. Thanks. Keep the good word, AMC and GME. Yo, Mo TTA, thank you very much. Appreciate it, buddy. What did the wheels stay? I'm going to have 3 spins, I think, there and catch up with them. And then you're looking at BlackBerry. Yes, no problem. Check it out. RO Flash. Oh my, you're not too bad yourself, Jamie. You Rocky. Yo, Rocky. Yo, JS. Yo, JS. $10 to legend. Kimmy, yo, 15 months, boom. Back at you, Kim, yo, big time. If Tether collapses, do you think Bitcoin will go sub 5k? I think that Rocky Outcrop's Flash tells you the next low on Bitcoin, and it's worth it for that alone. Yo. Yeah, I mean, Tether collapses Bitcoin. Oh, if Tether collapses, it'll be bad news, yeah. Bad news. But if Tether collapses, Tether will be going to nearly Tether go to nearly nothing, right? And Bitcoin, a lot of places heavily traded against USDT. You know, like if I've got a cover on my entire crypto position, it's most likely Bitcoin shorted via USDT. So anyone long on Bitcoin, it's long via USDT, short on it via USDT, very common. So whether it's options or otherwise. Like if it goes up or if it goes down, does it mean Bitcoin goes down? Well, I mean, if Tether goes to zero, Tether will be going to zero relative to loads of things. Bitcoin's not in and of itself an asset apart. I mean, it's part of the overall system, but yeah, in that mass, working its way down, I mean, it would have a big effect on Bitcoin. I don't know if it would necessarily take it below 5 or it would overall be bad. I mean, obviously it'd be terrible for the overall crypto market eventually, but in the moments that it was happening, crazy things that start happening on Bitcoin. And then, you know, Bitcoin's trading on multiple exchanges. You'll have loads of crazy things going on if Tether was collapsing. Do I think Tether's collapsing? Not really. I mean, there's been loads of questions about that happening, loads of conversations about it, loads of speculation about it. And most recently, the conversation's been about the short-term loans to China. But it's not to China, you know. That's just like what people say. It's to Chinese companies. Dip pegged for a little bit today. Whoopsie-daisy. Confidence will be crushed. Confidence in it was this big problem, you know, immediate withdrawals and whatnot, and the ability to withdraw quickly, and then, you know, bottlenecks and so on. So yeah, I can imagine there'd be loads of problems and things would go all over the place, and actually it'd be terrible for Bitcoin, but in and of the moment it was happening, it'd be crazy ass stuff happening on Bitcoin. I mean, big trades all over the place, going crazy places. You'd best to have your stop losses in, that's for sure. So, what do I think? If USDT goes to zero, I mean, like it's the timings of it. You know how the DEXs work, like how these liquidity events happen and like the cascading problems and all. But if it did go, it'd be absolutely gloriously hilarious to watch it. But you need to be careful with your positions. For sure. And not just default into USDT, of course. Like, you don't want that if it's going to thing, right? So you have to be very careful managing your position. Very, very careful if that was happening. Do you think that's happening? Yo, Olivia, so much for a nice message. So, yeah. What else am I missing out on? So do I think that's going to happen, though? I mean, to be honest with you, probably not, you know. I've seen it go down before. I mean, when you say depeg, do you mean it like it went down for less than $1? Is that what we're talking about? Tether went to less than $1 because boom. Yeah, so this has happened a number of times, right? And this is just an opportunity for millionaires and billionaires, right? Because there it is back at 1, and you know, sure it did it here before on 12th of May 2022 down to 94. This is what I've said to people a few times before. If you're ever looking at Tether and you want to make money off Tether, this is the way to do it. It's just take it when it's below $1, especially when it drops anywhere below 97. I think it was maybe 97 or so. Yeah, so nice there. So if at any time it drops below 97, boom, you get it there. Like people made millions on this. Back when that happened, people made millions on these things, like just these little moves here to arbitrage, because they know it's coming back, you know. And that's one of the attractions Tether has that others don't, you know. It's easy to add liquidity to Tether, much easier than it was to other things. And the whole idea of printing money and borrowing against your own collateral, Tether, there they are, you know, like that's, when was that? 2021 May 20. That's not even the entirety of price action on this thing, but May 2021. You know, you can see here it's been around for slightly longer. They've had a number of disasters and that could have destroyed it, and they haven't. So I don't imagine it's going to get destroyed immediately, or it's be even a target for it, because every time it drops, it's a massive opportunity for people who just chuck more and more money at it. Those Chinese people that people have apparently loaned money to and that caused the speculation around it. I mean, there's plenty of them that want to support the value of this thing, who chuck money at it back there too. And the overall dynamics in Tether are quite good. So, you know, what do I think? Right. Yes. All possible, but you know, I have to see it happening, right? If I see it happening, then I see it happening. Dropping below 97, interesting. There's huge opportunities. Anywhere below 94 at this stage, then you would get worried, I suppose, from that prior low. But overall, right, I mean, it probably comes back as well. I think so, probably. So, chat box, is it not updated? It has. Aye, yo. See, yo, how's it going? Confidence will progress. Yo, AMC to the moon. Yo. Yo, Lady Kim. Katie, 17 months. Boom. Thanks, Katie. Yo. Well, that's nice. Rockover. It's pretty insane that someone would experience slippage transferring between USDT and USD. It's insane that'd be so stupid when they could spread their orders out over a day and not have it. Yeah. Must be some collateral getting liquidated, though. I mean, why do people do this stuff? Presumably they would have had that set up and then brilliant's chucking away a few percent because they're too stupid to know better. Well, it's just like, you know, when you've got loads and loads of cake, you don't mind about finishing it all. But then when you've not got that much cake, you lick it all off the plate and all, you know. That's what it is. Shucks. Love my cake. My cake, so I do love it. Crypto top 30. That was the... Go down smaller time frames. See what's up. Whoop, Gangnam Style. Well, I mean, you back above 50 simple, hit the 200 prior highs with information. Easy peasy. Easy breezy. What else has been happening? What's happened since earlier? Made it back above that downward sloping resistance. That's good. High. Nice one. Suppose you could just draw this on though and say there's 1, 2, 3 touches there as well, but still it gives you a place to break through. So looking to get back above 860 again at this stage. Hold that 236. That'd be positive. Got others to look to now though. Got a gap below. That's not amazing. It's 30-minute time frame. So because it is what it is, it's there all the way down. 886, 236 and a 695. That'd be the top side of it, closing at 670. So $2 off. Something that's trading at 8. Huge chunk, up 7.31%. Daily time frame, you're up at around those resistance levels now. Breaking above this level, you'd be looking to push towards 917, 920. If that breaks, you're back up above 10, 1025 in this gap around 1126. I suppose if the whole market is moving up, SPY's pushing up, and crypto and meme stocks are also going up. The meme basket is such a great name, eh? So if it is like that, which it looks like it might be, then yeah, $10 would be brilliant. But then you're still looking at that gap back below there. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. So what else? Tracepoint, have you done anything on upstage recently? Oh yeah, you did ask me about USBT. Sorry. How did that happen? Yeah, oh, it looks like we have done. Woo. Is this what you were asking me about earlier? Did you ask me about UPSD? And you did tell I'm a banker, didn't you? And then I did, or did you not? Or somebody else did. I don't know. Anyway, so we were in a downward sloping channel. Price action tested the basis line of this thing. Not bad. Move to the top side. Looks like a little bit of a gap in there. Yes, it is at an inflection point too. So it's an important point to remember. Could easily come about. There's your 236, which you would have been aiming for. You've not gone there yet. Prior in the formation, you're at the center line. You've got continuation divergence. Well, you have pushed to the top side of this channel. Wouldn't definitively say that that was where it was. Maybe it's something like that, you know, in which case you come back to your prior high and test that in around 25. Still possible. Post market, you're down a wee bit, but not really. 3.87% on the day. Other things have done more, of course. Technology services. So you're looking at this thing floating up with tech, if not back down, fill that gap at some stage. Probably does happen anyway. 1750 be the target there. 50 simple, you've met that on the daily 4-hour time frame. 200 period moving average at the top side of this formation. Very difficult to break it. If you do, prior high comes in at 38.26. If you make it above there, your 236 at 44.32. I'd expect you to get a pause at that, and then if you did break above, it's at 54. But does that look like it's happening? You'd be crazy to aim for that when you're below 25. 25 is a target. You've got to hold that 50 simple. You've got this 4-hour time frame making it pretty straightforward. You break below 22, that's bad. You break above 25, you'll hit this 200 period, whatever it's at the time. 26 at the minute. And then if you get back over there, previous highs within the formation. That's what we're talking about. There's a gap there. You'd be aiming for that 28, 27 and change. Fill that. There's a gap here. 31, 48. And then you're filling all of these things wouldn't be looking to go higher than that. Wouldn't be looking for this 236 yet. Is that 236 accurate? Where did I draw this in at anyway? Yo, buddy, excuse me, why? This is not gonna help me now. Update. Ah, no, I lost them again. Come back. Yeah, so they're 236 at this stage, isn't around 31, 32, those targets. So that would be the top side you'd be aiming for. 200 period moving average at 25. That's the whole setup, Joe. That's the whole setup, Joe. UK inflation data for October comes out next week. Looking to see some positivity on that front. Bank of England continues to raise interest rates. Don't see that abating till conversation is about recession. Darn tootin'. And you've got Andrew Bailey, who's a big fan of improving the situation as he found it. So he wants to leave his job having performed the quantitative tightening, which will allow for future quantitative easing. So some recovery in stock markets is his objective. Provide some flexibility and free room. So I imagine he wants to try and continue with this. What about TDUP? That was the one you were saying. That was it, sir. That was it. Throw it up. Yay, throw it up. Hey, also in a channel. Not as nice there at the low side. Hitting the low side of that channel. Bullishly divergent class B. But then it's done that at the last few lows and still went down again. So if it does come up, you're aiming for deformation to hold. 200 period moving average. Also at the top side of this thing. 50 simple at the basis line in the 4-hour time frame. Positive move at that stage, but you're still really much of a muchness in the bearish control zone. Not really had a positive cross on the MACD either. And like say, you're below the 200 period moving average. It's in a long established downtrend. So what about that? Weekly, yep, that's all it is. Long established downtrend. 2-day, 16.3 flash, currently trading below $1. So it got to the buck level and then some down at 0.71. Strong retracement already. So, you know, it sounds exciting when you're talking about something moving from 0.9 to 16 as that flash was. But you can also see that there was 30% move since the lows already. So caution, definitely caution. Bam, 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 bam. 4-hour time frame where you have the flash. No, that's another flash at 28.81. So if it does go bullish, you know, fine, goodness gracious me, right? Like you will go back and it turn out testing at around 22, 28, 20, that was 22, was it? It was 22, 28. Those levels, if it goes crazy bullish, they'll happen. 4-hour time frame, it's definitely not bullish yet. You're trending down, you're trading it with this 50 simple ahead of you. It's, you know, strong rejection last there at Rocket Batteries. But enjoy your weekend. Absolutely legend. Thanks for everything, boys. Yo, Janine, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yo, and there goes the wheel as well. Ha! Shocking. My goodness, time's 10, 11. It's nearly time I run away. Gotta love the flash. You do get the flash at Rocket called Patreon. And you also get access to the Discord on that tier. Definitely check out. All this is causing the best opportunity for crypto and equities to decouple for the first time in a long time. Darn tootin'. Nevertheless, people are primarily interested in the long-term trend. And it is not fantastic. Foolish to say we are out of the bear toilet yet. Exactly. What's the wheel? I've watched several times and still have no clue. The wheel, right? So you see the wheel. You can see it there. It's dangerous for me setting it up. It's run by a bunch of tadpoles. They know stuff that most people don't know, tadpoles. And they're able to do things with their body that others organisms just can't. And one of them is take control of this wheel. So you spin it using the links in the description, which is below. Another YouTube's changed its interface, so it's actually hard to find a description. You have to click a more button and everything. And in there's those links, and with those links, you can speak to the tadpoles directly who pass a message to me, and I can look at any stock you want. Also, the wheel spins, and if it lands on one of those bright colours, that's for the lassies, and if it's one of those darker ones, that's the guys. And then you have to take forfeit, which may be, you know, anything that suits you. Terms and conditions on YouTube say that it's got nothing to do with booze, but they still can't make a bus that runs on time. No, they can't. What was the first one? Injured a family with a car that runs on parsley. Ding. Risk off attitude. Haven't asked if the dog wags the tail or the tail wags the dogs. Exactly. Yes, this is a good analogy. If you have to ask that question, risk off, isn't it? Good question. So 200 period moving average. So what are we talking about? Yes. Well, I mean, weekly it's a downward sloping trend. It's been like that for a while. It's in a channel. 3-day time frame, you've got bullish divergence and you're meeting this trend line at the bottom on RSI, which could easily be the sign for this thing to make a move. Previously, that was what its oscillation that took it to the top side of the channel took, that move, and it was bullishly divergent there between its prior low and the RSI previously. So you've got another touch of that. This could well be what takes you back up and test that level, which would be a 100% move. $2? Yeah, in around there. But I was meant to say 2-day time frame, update this guy to the most recent low. 236 now comes in, tested that area with the horizontal once, comes in at around 1.8. So you got to pay attention there should you get it. Daily time frame, 50 simple meets that 236. Oh my goodness, it's very obvious, isn't it? 200 period moving average top side of the channel, like we said, back above a 236 at that stage, and then this other Fibonacci be recovering. Wouldn't be really interested in that guy. Get out my face, yo buddy. So that'd be that. And then what's the extensions on this guy saying? 1618 comes also in around 1.2. So 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8. These are important levels for this thing to move above. Support is your prior low. You've not really got much between here and there on the 4 hour. I mean, you've got nothing. So 2 hour time frame, you need to make it back above a 236, and the number you'll be looking at, I mean, you can see that this guy's already made it to the golden pocket from that breakdown. Needs to make it to the 86 at 1.8. That's the level to break. I mean, it's quite definitive now. I've said it so many times. 1.8, break 1.8, you'll look to head to that 200 period moving average around, wait a minute, that can't be 1.8, 1.2, then you'll look to head to 1.8. That's it. Other than that, I mean, you're trading something that's like not really got a setup for yet. If it is the breakout here, sure, you're not leading to take profit off the whole thing. Maybe follow with a stop loss, in which case you'd be bringing that back up above the basis line. If it breaks out, then you're able to keep playing some of it or all of it, whatever it is. But if retracements after it, rejection from the top side of this channel would just look to be continuation. And it's been like this since forever. However, we still see somewhat inverse relationship between Dixie and Bitcoin. It is therefore probably worth mentioning that the global recession is in part driven by high dollar value. Well, in 2008, the opposite was the case. Darn tootin', it is very true, worth mentioning that. High dollar value, and that causing the price of oil to be so high. It's causing the price of oil to be so high relative to other people's currencies. So, you think it's getting high in America, it's getting high everywhere else. Super weird questions on YouTube, like, I don't know what's going on. Content seems to be am I getting recommended stupider content, or what? People like, what would you rather, 30 cents gas or, and then this really provocative, annoying question, which has got nothing to do with the value of petrol, about what do you think about pronouns or whatever, stuff like that. I find it really fucking annoying. What's up with content on YouTube nowadays? Sort that shit out, those morons that write that crap, make that crap. It gets tens of thousands of views from idiots who care. And the point about that is what's stupid about that. Now, not meant to talk about this, but like the point of stupid about this is when they still say things like, "What would you rather, $30 gas, or do you care?" People, pronouns being like law or whatever, having to be less. It's like going on to do it. Like the gas for 30 cents. Do you know how much I'd be driving around? Everyone would be driving around in Britain if you get 30 cents gas. That'd be really bad for the planet. So we don't want it that cheap. You can scale your stupid questions, at least, idiots. Man, that shit's so stupid. So, anyway, everyone's stupid. So, TDUP, this is the thing, right? Also, people trade emotionally. So, if it does break out, that's why the target's back to the top side really massive. Downward sloping trend, prior highs when the formation are like top side, very, very, very sporadic. You've only got 1, 2, 3. So, it does break out. Those are the place to aim for, right? 3.8, then up around 8.9, and then around 20. That's crazy. But, starts moving, people are really emotional. Whatever you do, don't buy it up around $19. That's my biggest takeaway. Europe's land war is shadowing the move from carbon-dependent environment. Nice way of putting it. GME can't take stupidity. I can't take it too much of it all at once. Too much of it all at once and stiff. I don't mind. I'm stupid enough. I'm stupid enough on my own. There it is, back below $6 with the nice move there on 2 hour. What's that saying? 15 minutes. Cheapers creepers. What's going on here? Hey, what's going on in the 15 minutes? Is that across the markets? You're still heading up to that flash at 0.15411. That's good. Ada, what have you been doing? If you break above that 200 period moving average now, that's interesting. You come back and test that downward sloping resistance. That's quite a big move. What else is happening? Why is that happening right now? Everything's back above a little bit of a level of resistance there, crypto-wise. Ethereum's also broken back above. It's got a flash down below. That's only from the breakout point and heading up, though. Dot, why did it make such a big move there? Way up to boom. Interesting. A lot of volume at that point. Fat fingers. Still, it's going that way anyway. So, that probably was a shame. Or else it's someone liquidated. I mean, what exchange is this? Binance, yeah. Easily someone liquidated. What about this? It's also doing alright. That's weird. So, everything's doing alright, I guess. Bitcoin, not so much. What's that mean then? What's going on there then? Yeah. Oh well, unlucky Bitcoin. That's it in a bit of a trend line though, isn't it? When you think about it, I mean, probably. But that's not trend line, trade spotter. That'd be trend line though, wouldn't it? No, get it in there. Come on, trade spotter, draw it properly. So yeah, you would imagine. Yeah, you know, I mean, what does that mean? Is everything else going to keep going? Why did that was that quite going quite quickly? Hey, that kept going quite quickly. So that's interesting. Ukraine also has a lot of natural gas, I believe. It doesn't it? Doesn't it just? And the odd rare earth metal. Eh? You know? Do you consider that accumulation, Jimmy? What? This? Well, I mean, it's higher lows, but no. Typically, I mean, what, on a 1 minute time frame on VET? What am I looking at? No, why are you asking me, Sir Jackie? Do you consider that accumulation, Jimmy? What's that? Just generally what's going on? No, I don't. I look to, but futures markets have closed. This is just people anticipating Monday being good on SPY, that being futures pushing to the top side, likely gapping up, and we'll see how far it goes. It'll push crypto up a wee bit over the weekend until such times it's unrealistically far away, and then it'll probably come back down towards that gap, whether or not, you know, it ameliorates it or not. It's a different thing. Like, it probably still exists when Monday opens, well, Sunday night, Monday morning, whatever it is. And then when the futures market on crypto opens, likely it has already made a move, if it's, as I think, pushing up, and then it'll need to come back a wee bit, and then it's about whether it closes the gap, and maybe it doesn't immediately. And currently on a move on AMC from 140, targeting $2 or so, and we'll be using trailing stop, etc. to keep the low risk as I said, and profit currently on it. Nice one, man. Nice one. That's a big move you're talking about there. On Bitcoin, the area you highlighted like a cup is what I meant, boyo. Oh, on Bitcoin. Wait, what? That's Bitcoin. Futures. Is this what's going on? I definitely did draw something. I remember that. Tracebot sent you a donation earlier. Crazy week for GDRX. Mind looking at price targets. You betcha, Komodo. How did I see that? How did I see that, sir? GDRX. Boom. Yeah. Yes, man. I mean, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Back above 50 simple motion 200 on the 1 hour. That's good to see. 2 hour time frame. You've closed this gap. You've left one below. That's crap. You've got continuation divergence if you consider it a downtrend, though it doesn't look to be trending on that time frame. 4 hour again with the gap. 200 period moving average top green resistance. That's quite strong. Likely does hold price action because there's obviously continuation divergence here. But if this RSI pushes back above the previous high at 66 point something, then I wouldn't expect a 200 period moving average to hold us, and price action will go back and test that prior at 689 price action. I was talking about the RSI when I said 66, and it's like so. And then the high on there at $10. That's very much out of the question for now. Looking at this thing, see how much a retracement is made. Also, I've already got that fib on. Get out then. Get out of town. Right, so there's your golden pocket. It's not made it there yet. 50% retracement back around 633. 236 at 559. Currently trading at 571 with a high of 575. Right, so this was, what is that? Reaction at that stage wasn't very strong, was it? Load down 236 here at 420. Did it make it there? It did, and then came back to the next target. 382. 482. Yeah, wow, that was pretty good down. So it came from that level, moved to the top side, then you got your gap, you closed that. 200 period moving average is also meeting that downward sloping diagonal. Where does that come from? That's okay, that's quite significant. Right, so back to the daily then. Your flash there back up at 39.42. You know, see, this is the thing with a couple of things. Like, there's a couple of things that have been trading in quite strong downtrends. Just like we've looked at 3 or 4 of them this evening, and it's not trending in that direction yet. It really isn't. But if it does break out and go up, then I'm looking at the prior high within the formation. This one's at 10, which is 100% up. After that, it's like, still not trending in that direction. So you've got to be careful, but you can manage your risk very clearly using these downward sloping resistance layers, these previous horizontal levels. Those are very important. I would manage my risk on any of these things. Like VRM, we're talking about going from 1 to 151. Like, that's a massive trade. There are huge targets above though, and same with this sort of thing here. You know, you're talking about, and it's already made most of the move up to around 6. If it does break out your 200 period moving average at the prior high in around 10, I mean 100% move, which is plenty. It wouldn't be trending in this direction until, like, even trending in this direction is a hard determination to make, because this is a downtrend here, and like the ultimate high is back above the flash. So it's very difficult to aim for it on target. So a lot of people will be looking at it, and my advice is to make sure you're following it with trailing stops. That's the best way to do it. Whether or not you're taking profits, different thing. But you know, a lot of these things also you'll see gaps on the charts from 4-hour daily time frames, and that speaks to the danger of only using a trailing stop, because if that's above a level of support or resistance that's too proximate to price, then I mean, that's where price action will gap below, and because that's there, that's where price action will gap below. So, you know, bear that average true range in mind, and stop strategies and that whatnot. So what to say there? Boom, 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 boom. Presume it wasn't in the Wuhan laboratory. Rocky, what do you think about Root as a fundamental company? How did you take their earnings this week? Did Rocky? Probably didn't have time to do that stuff. He's got to get his immune system, build up his immune system. Surprised he's not in bed now. Rocky, what do you think you're doing? Go back to sleep, Rocky. Go to sleep. Covered Root a bit. Yes, good cover in there. Good work. We're going to benefit from this week's resurgence in equities, and I'm looking for it to hold $8 in the next week to establish a move towards the top side under 750. It's increase in risk. Below 6 is bad. Yes, below 6 is bad. 650 possible without it being terrible though, but yes. Posted in the Science channel on Discord about the creation of an element not found on Earth that can be used instead of Earth for magnets. Oh yeah, brilliant, because magnets are really important, big deal magnets. I think that there's I've been wondering why there hasn't been mergers and acquisitions in the automobile industry, because there certainly isn't the capacity for all the electric cars that people are expecting to be made. And but then we've got like 2030, 2050 are the two important targets that people across the world are looking at, but of course in America it's slightly different. Anyway, the point of being is, I'm wondering, you know, is there actually something coming better on hydrogen? You know, is the efficiency in hydrogen engines going to improve? Is there going to be some options there? They're all way, way, way down in terms of like people's estimations, hydrogen companies. Like a vast majority of them aren't making profit, but like there's a couple of big ones that could, you know, I'm wondering what's up with that, you know. So magnets, yeah, batteries. I'm wondering about batteries. Is it the be all and end all that people seem to think it is? They keep telling us about their upcoming partnership, which they're excited about. Yeah, I know. We all know it's loss-making company, but it's a modern business model and they have lots of runway left. Yeah, they do. It had $1 billion strike. That's the thing. That's the thing, you know. Like there's other like there's companies to look at, like for example, Root against say Hoot, and they've both had an IPO at different times, completely different companies, obviously, but they're both involved in, you know, finance. So when rates are positive, right, as opposed to like just base rates really, really, really crushed, then these companies can generate a profit just from cash traveling through the business. Like that's the same with a lot of companies that work in finance. So there's that. Whereas Hood did not quite so much, and also, you know, they suffer from constantly having to pay fines and stuff, which isn't the same for like different draw on their cash reserve. Plus, anyway, what am I talking about? I don't think anyone's killed themselves from using Root, but I know that that's not the case for Hood. Ford made one a couple of years back, Tubes, the Ford Fusion. This sounds like it's this ice cream. There is discussion about converting natural gas to hydrogen on Alaska pipeline. Lots of waste right now, probably being burnt in the atmosphere. The oil companies aren't currently interested. Yes, terrible that, isn't it? All that flaring. I mean, it's really bad for people's health. It's really bad for people's health. Cancer all over the place. Because Xpeng has a disappointing sales of their new vehicle, and Zhuangzi has experienced a resurgence in COVID cases just now, which is an issue in their main city, but I'm positive about their upcoming earnings. I also quite positive about Xpeng for lots of different reasons. Trace point. Mind taking a look from ARC. Strong finish to the week. Rockout earnings on Never 17 show positive direction. Another opportunity to tell us about their full stack development. Yeah, it is true. Also, full stack development. This is the thing with Xpeng. I mean, a lot of people are judging Chinese companies based on the semiconductor news, but Xpeng make their own semiconductors, like full stack production, i.e. they do every single part of it from start to finish. They don't rely on Taiwan or anybody else for anything. So there's like an opportunity within that problem there as well for Xpeng. So we'll see. I mean, it's obviously all about speculation, but I think there's a lot of opportunities there too. And what was the thing made to get at ARC? Yeah, did I look enough at this? Did GDRX? Maybe I didn't. Did I? I didn't. I don't even know if I did. Price actions moved back to resistance. This is the top side of that previous trend. You see it there now. And the extension, 113 extension in at around 580 something, which is price action got to 575. So at this stage, it's risk on until such times as you come back down and test on the daily 50 simple. Prior high within the formation in at around 560, which you're at now post market, so that's the first place to go to. If it holds 530, that's even better. 538, 4 hour time frame. You've met the 200 period moving average, and you've got continuation divergence, and that, you know, push back down again, lower lows, lower highs. So it could well come back down and test that 50 simple at $5 or more, in which case you'd be back below 236 and approaching the 50% retracement in around 474. That's a box. It's probably relevant if I've drawn a box on it. So I think that was from below. So yeah, 574. I mean, that's the level you want to hold prior low in information. If you fall back down, you really want to be back above there holding $5, and you've already had a little bit of retracement post market. Any more than that's a bit dodgy. 535. Don't want to go beyond there. And then the next target above prior highs when the formation in around $7. 1618 extension in at 708. So I'd probably try and take it below that. The C point from that harmonic at 666 or something like that. Probably be the first place I'd look to take profit. Rightio. Rightio. Oh, you can't see my mouth. How do you even know what I'm saying? For me speaking Scottish and there's not being any live captions. Just how do you even know? Anyway, too much words from me. Thanks for your thoughts, Rocky. Thanks, Rocky. Always a fine. Cheers, friend. Look. Nice one. Just about maintaining a look at ARC. You still no problem, you big freaking idiot. Yeah, what you doing? Yo, ARC. Good finish. Nice one. To the pyramid. Nice one. What's the wheel been saying? Does anyone been there? Last days having no wheel and all. Look there. See? Spin that thing there. Do it. Me up here doing all this spinning myself. My God. Pour me another drink. Boom. Right. Great to see you, Rocky. Right. So there's this gap on ARC on 4 hour and a daily time frame, and the daily time frame, and there's 236, which is, what is it, still real? It is way over here now. Boom. Yeah, so I mean that's your target if you push up at 47. That's again another, what's that? 12%. She told me to go back to wearing my own. I told my girlfriend that her underwear is way too thin and revealing. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. So, so he says he's not a cat, and now he's like using jokes like that to really make out that he's not a cat, because cats don't wear underwear, but we know the truth that it's all a misdirection. So you want to hold 36.47? I mean, you want to hold 39.56 trace, but what you like. Prior high information, that's the place to hold it. It's just a bit simple below that. It likely comes back to test it. If it doesn't hold that, I mean, fall down again. And you know, there's like not really actually, is there? No. You know, your bullish divergence is like macro between these two lows. As you can see on our side, right? This is clearly lower than here. I can draw the line. Okay, I'll draw the line. Okay, people. There's the line, right? That's pointing to the top side, see? Right, and this down, right? See? So, I don't want to have to keep doing that, right? So you got that, and then I've done one of them. That's enough from now on, right? And so you've got this divergent, yeah, pull up, but it's macro, and on this level, 1, 2, 3 touches, that's not actually, and so yeah, it's pulling up because the overall mark is pulling up, and the things inside it are going up, and yeah, great. Wheel, I was having a bit of a sandwich. Drink, where art thou? A bit of a sandwich. It's like it's on the boys again. There it is again. It's off again, but I saw it, boys. Wow, it was a quick start. What's the torque on this thing? Doesn't make sense that it would slow down so slowly and start up so quickly. Doesn't make sense. So, yes, what a beautiful mine Newton was. And there's 200 period moving average in 236. So that's what you're targeting. Golden pocket above that, 44. I mean, it's 10%, 44. 47 is like, yeah, you're lucky if you get that. And then at that stage, I mean, if the overall market's going up, great. This thing will head up, back up, double. That's not very good for Cathy Wood. It's great for anyone who buys it here. Do I expect this? Well, I mean, 420 on SPY. Is that really going to be this high? It's not. They've got too many problems. I mean, it's just the 236 and the 382. That's up around $60. Still 50% move on it. Pretty good. Well, jump. 44, 47 is the top side on ARC with the bullish divergence. You've already made it back above a 236, and then 4 hour 200 period moving average. You've already come close to it. That's at the 50% retracement at 42. Risk is definitely on here. It'd look better as an entry at 36, and then you'd be looking again at the overall market. Needs to make it back above 47. If you're talking about options, then they'd be very expensive right now, volatility picking up and whatnot. And what strike are you looking for really on these things? Maybe it'd be like overall looking at derivatives, you're open for a pullback and then a test something to go up again. If you're looking at that in terms of futures, then that was mostly yesterday morning show when I put on futures are flying was what you might have been looking at for futures, or I mean maybe options too, but I prefer them to use them as insurance. But yeah, if you were looking at an index futures trade, then yesterday morning might have been it. ARC obviously up an opportunity, but it's made a big move already. Rockout Crow would feel a little better. What nice message. What's nice message? Anyway, you don't want to hear my thoughts on that fundamentals. You just want to know the technical analysis. The 1 hour you're back above your previous high. RSI doesn't worry about it. You're in bullish controls and not arguing with that. If Monday does go positive, yeah, 44, 47. You've had the full measure move from this breakdown. You've tested this prior low. I mean, you've got your bullish divergence on the macro time frame. You just don't have it here on the mini guys. I know you do there on the 4 hour. You do on the 1 hour, pardon me, the 1 hour. But there's a big gap there. Thanks. I have post-sepsis syndrome. If you're wondering, along with the ongoing health concerns and all that, it's like ME or CFS, so it all takes a lot of time and patience. Well, yes, everybody else is patience. Everybody else be patient. Be patient with Rocky. I'm very proud of him. He gets all my patience forever and ever. Not that he needs it. Everyone is to be he's patient with me. I don't have post-sepsis syndrome. Right, so, boom. Right, shout out to Rocky. Thanks very much, Rocky. Right, what else are we doing now? I think this is approaching times I need to get off. 11:30, Cheapers Creepers, and I've been on since just after close, I think. Right, great. We've had a great time. We've had a great time. Everybody splashed up their faces. I've been splashed off. Have you splashed off your faces? I splashed my face off. So splashed. I drunk like a lot more than that, and I expected. You know, a lot more than expected considering how disgusting it is. What do you call a man with a greater than average eyesight? That's a great one. I'm expecting a funny joke now. Seymour splashed. Thanks, Dad. You're welcome, sir. What did I not answer? What happened? Price action test and 200 period moving average. Yeah, that was a good question, Jackie. Also, what about putting in a prior low, like a low, testing the 200 period moving average on and the extreme Bollinger Band, and it's foolishly divergent, or it isn't, and the previous touch was, and it's still back below it. Also influence. All the stuff, you know. So it's like maths. Sending love your way, Tamp West. Nice messages for Rocky, eh? Aye. Tune in to Rocky. Tune in to Rocky's channel, www.youtube.com/t/Rocky Outcrop. Tune in, check it out. Also, would highly recommend you check out Reynaldo Moreno's channel on YouTube. We played his song at the start. Pretty darn good, if you ask me. Total legend, that man. And what else? Well, I definitely recommend that you become a member on the channel, that you support me on Patreon, that you jump on Rate Rockies and you get the indicator in the Discord. That's the best place for you. Go there, get that. That's like the best option. Really cool. Rocky Outcrop's Discord. Get the RO Flash. Join that community of traders. Take the course. That's the way to do it. But, you know, bit by bit, thanks for being here, Rocky. Warm feelings for your recovery. Darn tootin'. When Ronaldo... Tune in to Ronaldo's show tonight. Check it out. He's on every Friday. He's got his channel there on you. I'm sure you know. Lots of people will check it out there, but you definitely check it out. It's the best place to be. You know, a lot of people from here will be there on Friday nights checking out Ronaldo's channel on. And, you know, I definitely think today's a good day to check it out because he's best on Fridays. You know, Fridays are the days that it's best to check him out. So check out Ronaldo's channel tonight on Fridays, where he's playing in the Troubadour, which is in Minnesota, uptown Minnesota. That's where he plays in Troubadour on Friday nights. It's really good. It's a wine bar where, you know, you kind of forget about time when you're in there. Not that I know I haven't been, but I've watched them on YouTube. Brilliant. So it's thanks, Tradespawn. Great Sploshing. Best wishes to you in Rocky and recovery. Thanks very much, Luke Spears. Thank you very much, Brother Luke. Thank you very much. Being part of the community, which cares, can make a big difference in your life. Definitely does. We're here for everybody. You're right. Darn tootin'. Here for everybody. And everybody's here for me too, which is really appreciated. And you too, Rocky, which is brilliant. Can't actually stress how important that sort of stuff is in life. It's really important. So thanks very much, everybody, for another brilliant week. If you're tuning in late and wanted to spin the wheel, sorry it's too late. You still can donate to the coffee fund. The link's in the description. Thanks very much. Check out Rocky's channel. See you on Monday for more of the same. And yeah, we think Spy might push up a wee bit, but we'll see. We'll see.